because they're also simultaneously strong. Okay, so it's
That was 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Good job. Good job. Good job. I
I
really
won't
like
shame
that.
him by doing mine. It's superior, but you know.
Oh, really? Prove it.
Starting
Put up
like
or
that.
shut up, Mark.
See, when we talk about Dragon of Chaos, we need to be really recognizing that the power of the
He's got the glottal fry
femininity
down.
is going to. It's going to
What do you
topple
consider an
men,
individual,
and we
though?
can't
Right?
handle
Like, what
the
do you
power
consider a
of
person?
such
Any human DNA, human DNA,
unbridled
is
femininity.
sperm? Is
going
this
to drive us
like cell of skin a person then to you?
into a bad zone.
Define what you consider an individual, and then we can continue on with
Okay.
your argument. Since
All
well,
I
you
know
don't
is I
define
gotta do
that,
for, Vadim New
you know,
Quest,
there's
and
no real,
that is a highlight of
there's
my
no
life.
real way to argue it.
After hearing Mark, I realized that Jordan Peterson.
Also,
kinda
you don't
sounds
know
like
if their
Diane.
life is going to actually live or not, right? You don't know if there's going to be a miscarriage.
What he is.
You don't know if it's going to like end up being a stillborn, if it's going to die in the womb somehow. You don't know what's going to happen, right? That's like planting a seed and saying, well, it's going to become a tree. You don't know that for sure. So, do you live your whole life
No,
on
he's
on possibility,
crying
right?
Kermit the Frog is what he is. Like that's the part that
Instead
they
of
forget.
now,
He's
like
crying.
I might possibly
always
be president
so
of the United
sad
States
when
one
he's
day. Are you gonna
speaking.
treat me like the president
It's
as
always
of now?
on the verge
That
of
doesn't make
tears.
much sense to me.
Like if
I just imagine him doing the sad.
There most definitely is another way to argue it, religion. Yeah, but the whole thing is that you can impose your religion onto others, even though people do that. You shouldn't.
I want one of you two to get like a Kermit plushie when you do.
Yeah, they're entirely individuals until they're born, since their need to the womb to grow.
I was born into the last
dilemma.
very powerful diet, Leon. What about you?
I don't know if my neighbor is going to wake up. Should
I'm
I be
super
able to
excited
stab
because
them in their
I
sleep?
found the author, Umberto Eco.
Dude, what? I'm confused.
A list of 14 common features of fascism.
There's a really big difference between
That's
somebody
what
who's
I feel
alive and
accomplished
like
because I
I'm not
found
sure
the
what
damn
you're
thing.
arguing.
So now
Can
I
you
don't
please
sound as
rephrase
much
that?
like an idiot like I made it off of.
Even
made it
religion
up off the
addresses
top of my head.
intentions when life begins and treating life sacred.
So
I
wouldn't
can't
you say
let
that's
religion
like
outlaws
something
abortion for another reason.
Wouldn't you say that's something that people say about Trump too? That he's like just
We're gonna post.
unbelievably stupid, but also incredibly dangerous and like conniving.
But what's dangerous about him is he's stupid.
Yeah, you could be.
It's the people around him that's dangerous, but yeah.
Well, I don't think those contradict each other, right? Like, you can have, like, I guess, like, in general, if you have somebody who's kind of, you know, like, dumb in power, I'm not saying Trump is smart or dumb, I'm just saying if you have people who don't know how the institution works or who are not very intelligent running those institutions, then yeah, those institutions can end up, like, crumbling or becoming chaotic because of lack of mismanagement, right?
Sure, yeah.
Well, Brento, your thing is you're pointing out like the thing people say where they're like Trump is like a mastermind evil genius, but he's also like an incredibly like dumb bumbling idiot, right?
Yeah.
What do you
and it's
consider
like-
alive? I don't think there's a
We have to
clear,
pick one.
like,
fucking meme.
I don't even think it's a question of being
what I
alive or not.
propose
I
to
think it's a
the
question
panel,
of being able to
since we're
feel
being all
pain or
formal
not.
here, is which is scarier? That he is an idiot, or that he isn't?
I think the dumb one is probably true and scarier.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you have
Doesn't
enough
make
people
sense.
listening to you.
I mean, in general, fascism is a
doesn't matter how
dangerous
dumb you
philosophy,
are.
right?
Actually, the more dumb you are, the more dangerous you are. If you have enough people following you.
I think if he's aiming to
I
do
agree.
what he appears to be doing and he was intelligent, that would be much scarier. That's why I have much more bigger fear of someone like
You
Tom
could be
Cotton
incapable of
becoming
feeling pain,
president
but still sentient and conscious.
you know,
That's true.
him again.
But
That's
to
like
me,
a
when
good
it comes to
point,
the matter
actually.
of like the
I
fetus,
think when
right,
people
which
call
we don't
him a,
really
like,
know
a fascist
when
or a
exactly it's
proto-fascist,
a
I
life
think
or
it's kind of
not,
an
whether it's a life or
inaccurate
not, etc.,
characterization of Trump,
etc.
'cause
What I care at that
he,
point is, okay, can
he
it feel
doesn't
pain?
know,
Because then to
like-
me, it's immoral to
He
willingly, I
has
guess,
no
like put
ideology.
Yeah, he doesn't
pain
have an
onto
ideology.
creatures that
he
don't
leans
exactly
into
consent, and that's why I should be a
fascistic
vegetarian
tendencies,
and a vegan.
but
At least
I
those
don't
that can
think he's
develop
doing that, like,
empathy, which
consciously
we
or
know
with
the
any
fetus
kind of,
probably
like,
will
like
or can.
calculated effort. It's just
But yeah,
how
I'm kind of contradicting
does
myself a little bit, but I can explain more clearly.
He's so crypto, he doesn't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah, does a fetus
That's
have
my
individual
honest take
existence?
about
They
Trump
can't survive without
being a
mother's
fascist.
womb.
I think he's just really compelled and
many
impressed
Christians believe
by
that souls are
power.
bound
So I
during
mean, he's
conception
like
and therefore
interested in
considered
hanging out with people like Kim
as
Jong Un
with
or
arguments
whoever.
of
It's
care.
because he's impressed by their
Politicians who are hypocrites with
their
abortion,
lordly
Trump,
demeanor.
Scott, embodied him, or if you believe people on face value to mistake mate.
Their
That's true.
supposed demigod status.
Do you actually think he's like impressed with Kim Jong Un?
Yeah,
I legitimately believe that. Yes.
Really?
I think that's a fair characterization. Yeah.
Anyone who will inflate his ego and who has power themselves, he is all about.
It's something like Kovitz, right? Like, at least from my understanding of it, he wants a position like that of unquestionable authority, right?
Exactly.
So, I would not be surprised if that tracks
He's
him.
already trying to advocate for that, Pixie, right? Like, he's already trying to not just advocate, but he's already systematically destabilizing and dismantling all of our systems by placing people in charge of these systems that have no idea what the hell they're doing.
Or for example, that actively want to dismantle those institutions, like his appointee to the EPA.
I think vegan and vegetarianism are two different things. I should be a vegetarian.
The topic of the
That's
stream,
something I
but
should
one of
work
my viewers
towards.
is
I'm being
watching.
contradictory by not being a vegetarian.
Wants advice
or at least
on
like
coming
when it
out
comes to animals
as
that
potentially trans
can
and
feel
non-binary.
empathy,
And
right?
seeing as how we have myself,
or who
Rocket,
most
and
probably
Synth
will
here,
feel empathy.
and they're watching the stream, I would
to
like
me, that is the
to
line.
put out that it is entirely possible to identify however you want and however makes you happy. And yes, it is entirely possible to be non-binary and lean feminine or masculine. And if Synth would like to weigh in on this to help out, because we're also dealing with an individual who is dealing with an extremely closed-minded, extremely abusive family.
Right. So I can't say that my family is abusive, but I can say that my family is generally closed-minded. And this past Sunday, I do like a family dinner with them because I've been close to my family, and I came out to them with my name, right? I haven't really said much about my gender other than well, I'll get to it. But I sort of said, hey, this is my name. This is the way it makes me feel whenever you guys say the dead name. Obviously it doesn't feel good. This is who I am. This is what I want to portray. I don't feel as though my name's
AMC, I
necessarily
already
indicate
explained
who
the
I
whole
am,
idea
or my
that
legal
like
names don't. And I feel that my
long story
personal
short,
names
all
do,
social contracts
right? That these things indicate
basically
more
based
who I
on
am.
emotion,
And while that
right?
can't
They
be
start out
perfect,
emotion and then they
that's
become
still something that
logical.
can be like
Of principle
sort of
leads
worked
harm,
for,
right?
right?
So to be able to, in my opinion, or from what I've read, be able to form a social contract, you
I wanted to go really
I'm gonna wait
hard.
till they finish
Like,
talking.
you guys are really fucking wrong. Fuck you guys. Like, whatever this bullshit, like fucking oppression shit, right? Like, that was my first reaction. But I realized that, like, I sort of started off with, like, I really care about my relationship with you guys, right? And if you really care about your relationship with your family, if they really care about the relationship with you, which, like, ultimately their prejudices may be, like, larger than their care, right? That may be something that may be really hard to, like, overcome, but it may be there, right?
What I was hoping that you would touch on too, and maybe Rocket when she gets back, is that it's entirely okay to be non-binary and still have, like, a feminine or masculine leaning, like, accepting they, them, and she, her, or they, them, and he, him,
Right. I was kind of, well, that was, like, the end part of it, right?
Okay, sorry.
At, like, the current moment, right, is that I feel comfortable with they, them pronouns because I get mammed more than sirred. Which is really nice. Like, I appreciate that a lot, and I'm like sure that a lot of trans people don't go through that, especially before anti-androgens or estrogen, or maybe even after.
Non-binary
right, depending
means
on
like you're not like in a specific,
so, like,
you don't identify with a specific gender.
Like, I do lean more feminine, right? And that's something that, like, I sort of wrestle with, is that I'm not sure if I want to go by her, she pronouns. Even if I do, like, represent the necessary, like, the feminine traits, right? What I sort of want for myself is, like, a curvy body and
non-binary means
small
that you don't
breasts.
identify with
Like, that's sort of what I
female or
want for myself.
either.
So I think that's achievable. But like, at the same time, I'm not sure if that makes me so feminine that I am a woman necessarily. Like when I feel like perfectly non-binary, like I just feel like
Let's just
I
stay
wear
out of
whatever
gender.
clothes and I do whatever shit, right? And that's what's really important to me, right? Is that the individuality of it, the saying like, I am, who I am, like that's the part of it that's really good. I don't want to take away from Rocket.
No, honestly, I don't think I can add to that because that so perfectly describes like somebody's relationship with their identity is just it's who they feel they are and how they I hate to say choose because for some people it isn't exactly a choice, but in a way how you choose to identify based on how you feel inside. And yeah.
Is there no like value judgment you guys have to make here, like depending on age and position in life, and is it I'm very curious, like if you know the reaction your parents are gonna have, like, or you have like a really good beat on that, is it still a good idea if they're like in control of your life completely, like in case they like throw you out or
I don't want to
whatever
call
kind of consequences that could come up from that?
I don't want to call Rocket and Synth out on this, but have the both of you also experienced what I did, which is that point of no return? If you're willing to discuss it.
Rocket, go first because I went first last time.
Well, how do you mean point of no return exactly? Like
I need to do this, or I'm not going to be here anymore.
Oh, I was lucky enough to be. Yeah, I can get that. I can absolutely get that, and that's a factor in a lot of loss in the trans community.
Well, what's the point of gender? It's kind of useless when you think about it. Like, it's a social construct. It doesn't really help anybody. It mostly restricts both males and females. What's the point of it, really? Like, other than a way that it holds people back. We can have a society with no gender, and it can work perfectly fine, or even better than what we have right now.
Speaking on this, than I think I would.
I really don't see any negatives.
Well, and Synth too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Go ahead.
I don't want to like. I don't know. I feel kind of weird about this. I don't want to invalidate my experience at all, but like, I feel like I probably have it better than a lot of trans people. I do feel dysphoria. Like, I do get that.
You can take out
pretty hard sometimes.
I think we're fine now.
But like, ultimately, I don't think I could live without anti-androgens, but I might be able to live without estrogen.
I feel that. I really feel that.
I don't know if I would be able to take the body hair. I don't know if I would be able to take the shaving literally every single fucking day, which like maybe that's something that I'm still gonna have to do. I don't know if I could take these things, right? This is something that really weighs down on me, and it's actually really pissing me off.
How about you don't force people to fight for your country unless they believe they should, right?
And
yeah,
and that
basically.
And that sentiment
it
goes
doesn't make
for every
life
single other
as
trans
simple as it
person
is
that's literally way farther down the road than me.
It holds
because
so
I
many
realized
people
that, like,
back. It stops women
even though
from
I didn't realize it when I was 9 fucking years old and then acted on it then, I still realized that, like, a lot earlier than a lot of trans people.
It's unnecessary complications.
It's like, this is a huge part of their life, and
I think it is a slur. Like, I'm not sure. I think some people have.
I don't know if I can necessarily say my experiences like indicate anything about other trans people. Sort of because I feel like I don't feel like I probably don't feel the amount of dysphoria that Rocket felt. Like, I might be able to say that.
I don't want to say that.
At the same time, it is so much that there is a point of no return, right? That like.
People, that's not true. A shit ton of people voluntarily enlisted in the military during World War II. What the fuck are you talking about? That is definitely not accurate. Like, what are you saying, my dude?
Much earlier in my life was dysphoria. Until,
why?
Like,
why would the continuation of species be a lot more complicated?
Like, oh, that's what that is. Oh.
During our first, the earliest nomadic societies, we didn't have these strict gender rules that you guys talk about, so I don't understand.
I always feel like shit. I look fucking amazing for a guy, but like, what the fuck? I feel like shit. Like, and I never realized what that was some shit, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm 36 at the end of the year, and I've been on HRT for like about 14, 15 months, and it's like for me, like I am of the mentality that I needed to do this for me, or things were going to get
there's
to
a
that
lot of
point of no
non-binary
return.
restrooms out in the
And
world.
also, though, I'm still at that issue even 14, 15 months in. It's like I'm never gonna pass. I might as well just give up on it. On
it was
passing
just he was just
she, her,
historically
because it's not gonna
wrong,
happen.
you know.
And it would be delusional to think otherwise. But I don't want to turn this. I
Yeah,
don't
draft
want to like,
happened
turn
World
this
War II,
into
the
an
vast
LGBT
majority of
stream. I
people
just like one of my viewers was watching and was going through a rough time, so I wanted to propose it to the other people that were present. I want to apologize to everybody else if they're not super comfortable. I know Pixie and Mindwaves are muted at the moment, but
well, this topic is super important, and honestly, I love hearing people talk about it. I love having people like discuss it, because I think it's so important for other people out there to hear, like, no, you know what, like, we've struggled with this, but maybe we're still struggling with it, but we're still here, we're still alive, we're still working, and to me that means like a lot. Especially I like, this is like, I don't want to make it all about me or whatever, but I'm trying to create a community that also it has people who feel comfortable talking about issues like that. So it means a lot to me that you guys are willing to go on stream and talk about issues like that. So honestly, no need to apologize at all. Like, this is important stuff that more people should talk about.
Yeah, I agree.
True.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Mindwaves, did you wanna chime in or anything? Like, just
I think you guys are much better. You guys are much better off talking about the subject than me. I really don't have anything to contribute. I mean, I think y'all, yeah.
Okay. I just worry that we were boring people's viewers or whatever, but
no, dude.
Hey, it's a conversation that needs to happen. It's fine.
Yeah. So, I'm getting a lot of really, really good feedback from it. So if we need to move on to other topics that everybody else wants to talk about, I'm being told that they're really, really, really appreciative. And for those people that might be in chats, please feel free to seek out all three of us, myself and Rogatansky and Synth. We're here for you, and we can direct you towards trans resources, all three of us. And Emily and I routinely like get together and talk and stream together and stuff like that, or we're starting to do it more routinely.
Yeah.
And Synth, I'm sure that Emily and I both would love to have you around if you'd like to join us, because we're thinking of doing something like this, but trans and LGBT inclusive, like trans talk kind of a thing, if you'd like to join. And yeah, that's it. So, but I'm being told that everything is good and thanks are given and everything is good, so we can move on. Thanks, everybody.
So, as a white cis male.
Let's get more cis male input.
Okay, sorry, there was misinformation in here. You're
Hey.
conflating the whole idea of
right?
UK was doing terrible against World War II until the United States stepped in. Okay, so let's start there. And forced prescription doesn't mean that nobody was interested in signing up in the first place. So let's start there.
Well, as you know,
as well.
as a white cis male who is a very
and yeah, no, the whole idea that it's evolutionary necessary is also just completely false. Animals, the whole, I've already talked about before, the whole idea of gender roles in animals isn't really a good argument, especially considering that some animals have switched their societies, or, certain social structures have completely changed, especially with, like, bonobos, for example.
I'm actually really happy with
as
chat.
well as
and
the
thanks
fact
for the
that,
follows. I usually want to say hi out loud, but I didn't want to interrupt during that.
So can anybody explain to me? I walked away and we were talking about abortion, and then I came back and we're in the middle of like a touching moment, like talking about first experiences.
Yes. I understand.
I don't think, like, if your country isn't willing to fight a war, you shouldn't
they
be.
wanted us to share
You
experiences.
shouldn't have the war, period.
One of my viewers from my stream poked me on Discord and like, hey, I'm having a real rough time. I'm questioning. I don't know. And then I was talking to them.
There's
and
some animals where females are the ones who.
I asked how they identified, and they said, "Well, I don't really feel one way or another." I said, "Well, that's non-binary, and we've got
there's examples going completely against what you're saying."
On the chat right now, and then we got into the topic of it's entirely okay to be non-binary mask and non-binary
no, you're
fib,
wrong.
And they're like, really? And I'm like, look, you need to come and
That
there
is
are 3 trans
inherently
people
socially
in the chat
constructed.
at
Yeah,
least.
if you mean
need to
socially
come
constructed,
and
yeah.
talk to all 3 of us, and we can help you out.
Yeah,
I've
I
been
have
told
a whole
that
page in my Discord talking about the whole thing of hormones and stuff.
So we did
or
a, we
about
did a
like
good,
the
and-
real
and somebody
differences
is-
between men and
we
women
did
and how
a
much is
very-
actually is biology.
We did a good,
which is like from
and
what
they
I've read,
and
very
you know they
little to
noticed
none.
that nobody was being attacky and memey and whatnot in the chat and everything else too, which is like good on you, chat. Good job, really good job. Thank you.
The on stream is wholesome in general, so.
Oh, thanks.
Yes, agreed. Yeah.
I agree,
All right,
Captain.
somebody in chat wanted to propose a topic, but really fast. Excuse me, before I move on, if you're new here or you don't know like everybody that's here, I just shouted out all the streamers in chat, so you can easily click their names and then click follow, like you should be doing right now.
Hey, yeah, you should follow everyone here, especially. Wait, where am I on the screen? Middle
Follow
left
me
boy
into space.
Give me 1 second, guys.
When you have to plug for yourself, but you don't know where you are.
Different spots on my screen.
Locker rooms and restrooms.
Yeah,
I don't
I
know
like
why
everyone here. I
you can't
recommend
have-
checking them out.
Like, I don't know, when I go to the bathroom, I'm not looking
We
at
like
other
you
people's
too, Leon,
junk.
in a strictly platonic kind of way.
She speaks
It's
for
not
herself.
just platonic for me.
Yeah.
Oh shit, Mark's got snap filters.
Sorry, I got distracted by him. It just happens sometimes. Don't worry about me. Anyways.
Okay.
Give me a second.
Yeah, somebody in chat said next topic, Warren isn't a progressive.
This is true.
Spicy.
Oh god.
Do we have any Warren stands in here, first of all? Anybody who is like a big Warren supporter?
I support Warren, but I'm not voting for her.
So no.
So no. Yeah. Like
that's
I'm
what
all
you're
about her
saying.
being vice president, but I'm not voting for her. So.
Yeah.
You mean in the
He's
Democratic
my
primary,
second
right?
choice.
Well, yeah. I would just
Her
rather us
showing-
get it over with, and you know Bernie's the candidate, and he picks Warren as his running mate. Let's just get it over with. That
I would
be
rather
my-
Warren be a Secretary of State than a Vice President.
Like,
Vice President is that's like a. I don't know. Vice presidents don't really do much. Secretary of State can actually like get stuff done.
Yeah, ask Joe Biden about that whole doing stuff while
Yeah.
Obama was in the room. That's my whole campaign. Like,
Yeah.
He
Hey,
wasn't
no
a bad
Milwaukee,
stuff.
okay?
He
No
wasn't a
Milwaukee.
part of the bad stuff, guys.
Somebody did say Bernie Yang 2020 in the chat earlier.
No, there aren't two
Oh,
genders. Gender is social construct.
That's
That'd be
a meme.
interesting.
no.
That's a meme.
Yeah,
like it.
oh god, I can't.
I'm glad Andre's not watching.
No, I think
I think
It's a good meme.
I think
pretty
conscription
good
is
meme,
not
but
really
it's
like
a meme.
I think a lot of
Yeah,
Americans have
yeah.
been forced to fight wars
I think
that
I
are
think I think
useless, kind of like Vietnam.
Warren is probably a Hillary stand.
It's
I
been
think she
abused.
is
The U.S. is like
probably
kind of
more
lost the
like
right.
Hillary Clinton than
She
Bernie.
gets those vibes like big time.
Is she?
It
She's a-
seems
she's a
like
corporate
sort of
Democrat.
adapts the-
Gender
it seems
is a
like she's
social
sort of adapts the
construct,
political
but it's not
image
based
to
really
whatever,
on
like,
biology,
demographic
right?
she's
That's
trying
a
to appeal
misconception
to,
I think
right?
a
Are you
lot of
taking
people
off,
have.
Brento?
Like historically
No.
speaking,
I was saying that
if that was
like
true,
she's
then
Hillary Clinton
all
with little, like,
cultures would
Bernie
develop like
sprinkles on
similarly
top.
in terms of gender
Yeah,
roles.
yeah.
You've had
I
matriarchal
can see that.
societies, you have
Yeah.
societies
I
where
mean,
women were the ones who like took care
I've
of
been hearing a lot of people say that
finances
she's
or politics,
anti-Medicare
right?
for all. That's not
So
true,
yeah, that's
right?
not
No.
necessarily
Pro
true.
Medicare for all.
She kind of flirts with
I'm in
it.
two sexes,
So,
right?
like, her
There's
website
also
says, like,
also
here's my
intersex
Medicare
people,
for all policy proposal,
which make around
right?
the same
Or am I
percentage of
missing
the population
something?
of that
The
redheads
problem
do,
with
right?
her
You wouldn't say
Medicare for
redhead
all
isn't a real
proposal
color
is that
because the amount is so small.
It starts 3 years down the line in increments, basically.
Oh.
And then
Why
after
can't you
those 3
intellectually
years, it
defend
starts
disregarding
implementing
gender?
and
Because
implementing
gender is a
another
construct that doesn't
portion
really
of
help
it.
people, right?
So the in total, the amount of time it takes to get to full Medicare for all is 10 years. It's
No, not necessarily. I think if you
like
go out of your way
realistic
to
to me.
misgender somebody and you're like following around and then
Yeah, I feel like
misgendering them,
we shouldn't
then that
really
should be
have an
considered
issue with that. It
harassment.
seems like more progressive change would probably help the system overall. But
mean,
instead
if
of
it's
just
working.
over,
I think
one
even
plan-
Bernie, even
I'm
with
sorry.
Bernie, there would be some sort of like transitionary period, right?
There
So,
would have to be. 8
yeah.
years, I think.
Right. But I think that a lot of people are giving her shit because she's not really making it clear whether or not.
It's based on biology,
I think some people are worried that she's gonna stop at like a public
around the
option
world
and not go the full
deviated
route
so much from
towards
the norm,
a real
right?
Medicare
If
for
our
all,
earliest
like
nomadic
single-payer
societies
solution.
didn't have these
Which
rules
I
in
think
place,
I
how
think
come
it's
we
fair
claim
to be
it's
skeptical.
biology
I think that's
when
it's
there
definitely
really
justified
isn't like
skepticism.
this full
Fair
norm,
enough, but like, if
at
we go
least
down
historically
that
speaking,
route, then we
until
have to
Western
question like every
imperialism,
single policy
right?
that way. You know, like does this politician actually intend to pass this legislation? You know,
should be questioning all
And
of
that's
their
also another
policies,
thing,
though,
right?
well, yeah,
Their
I mean,
gender
I
and
agree
stuff.
with that, but I don't think
I
people
think
apply
people
that
do try to
scrutiny
assign roles to
evenly.
others in
Well,
societies.
I think especially after Obamacare happened,
But the concept
or
of
the Affordable
like
Care
of
Act,
women and men
you know,
having like assigned
it was kind of sold to the people that we were going to be getting like a single payer solution, and then it ended up, you know, after negotiation, it ended up being a bastardized version of what it originally was supposed to be, right? We ended up with just basically
gender doesn't cancel more than the biological differences.
every citizen into
the whole
private
thing about
sector,
like hormones,
you know? So it
like
didn't
wide
really.
variation between
I think after that, I think it's fair to be a little bit skeptical.
Necessarily true.
That's fair. I mean, I think
there are differences, but for example, men have more testosterone, so they're seen as more aggressive. But that's not necessarily like true, right? It could be that their aggression manifested in different ways than women.
And for me,
or
I'm
that
voting for
women
Bernie
and men are equally competitive.
Because
but you just see it in a different way.
For Warren
if
if I
that
didn't
makes
think
any sense.
that Bernie was the best chance for the
Yeah,
country
exactly.
as
There's
a
no
whole.
real norm until I guess I would
Again,
argue Western
I talked to Bad Bunny
imperialism
about
changed
this,
that because it forced the norm onto others.
She was concerned that like I was coming off in bad faith, but I made the mention that I was legitimately just plain sick of yet another old dude in charge. And I get how that sounds. I get it can come off bad faith. I get it's ageist or whatever. But why am I not allowed to be
infused together
annoyed at yet another old guy in charge of the country?
Sex and gender are not the same.
And why can't we have a female president yet? And of course people were like, so I literally had somebody call me.
Well, that doesn't make sense. How can you have a matriarchal and patriarchal society if it's meant to be like biological, the same across all people, across all humans?
I feel like
to me that doesn't make sense.
Argument to hear though. Students don't want to hear that. They just want to hear you are the best person.
Like robotic legs and shit. And
yeah. Here's the thing, right? Is that like you may get your female president, right? But if she ends up being
there's biological differences, but
oh my God,
they don't
she ends
translate
up
to the
being
gender
shit.
norms we have.
Like then the entire narrative is like skewed towards okay, well, female presidents are going to be shit.
No, I just think
like if we don't pick the best person, like say we get a trans person in fucking presidency tomorrow, and then it's fucking Blair White. Like, what the fuck are we gonna do?
God,
Sounds like one of my nightmares.
The third gender role is a social keyword, social construct. Yep, got it.
Yeah, you're right.
My heart.
That's the thing, right?
I mean, that's a good point, though.
I agree. Okay, I'm a Warren person. Okay, I like Warren shit.
Well, then
okay?
what about countries that have like I guess
but
no gender?
At the same time,
like,
I don't know if she would
make
make the strongest first showing. I think she would make a really strong first show. I don't know if she would be the best. That's not something I'm gonna say, right?
Are we talking about Warren?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it really sucks that they have to be held to that standard, right? I think everybody here agrees on that, but I think you're right.
I think that's. I was gonna say, I definitely think that that's a dynamic. Like, I think it's really good that generally speaking, I think Obama leaves behind like a pretty good legacy, right? And having him being like the first, black president, I think is obviously like a good thing.
It's agreeable, I think. Yeah.
I mean, I don't like Obama, right? But like, I think in most people's eyes, it sets like a good precedent for other future black presidents or whatever. But
it's true.
I don't think it's like good to make decisions this way though. But like,
as much as men are, so they get less percentage.
Yeah, like I think that like this idea that like Warren wouldn't be the best, like. It would be dangerous to have her as like the first woman president because she might be like slightly problematic or is like a ridiculous standard because if there was ever a woman that was going to be president, I think it would be Warren, right? Like she's one of the most progressive representatives that we've had. So
that'd be good if
like example of Warren were to become president, she'd be the most progressive president we've ever had.
Yeah.
Well, the question is that like is that natural or is that forced upon us?
Same for Bernie for sure.
And do we even need it now as well? Well,
the
yeah,
two
if a
apart,
woman commits an equally violent
got a
crime
lot
as a
of-
man, they
I
should be sent to
I
the
don't
same
know, I hear
amount of
this a lot,
time.
and I kind of really agree with it. From
But
what
also,
I
men are
understand and
socialized to be
from
more
what
violent
I've
as
seen,
well.
Warren just kind of started with these more left-leaning policies and politics, whereas Bernie's been doing that kind of thing.
Well, there's a lot
for,
of
like,
cultures where it's
his
definitely not accepted. I would
almost
argue that
entire
most of
political
South
career.
America,
Yeah.
Middle
And I
East,
think a lot of
Asia,
people
even
see that
Africa,
and go,
the vast
"Oh, well,
majority of
Bernie's
countries don't accept
obviously, like, the real
transgenderism
deal,
or
right?"
deviating from the norm. We also
Yeah,
have
but
a
Warren's been a
history and
public servant
decades
most
of
of her
this
life
being
too,
forced
hasn't she?
upon people.
Yeah, but
like
she was
via
Warren,
Western
like Bernie's always
imperialism.
been the same thing.
So that doesn't help either. And that's why you have like you can argue for that.
Like,
okay.
Like funding,
Warren's only been in office since I'm sorry to interrupt, but she hasn't been in office that long. I think she started in office about I think it was 2012. She won Scott Brown's seat but before that she was a university professor and the architect of the CFPB. She was supposed to be the head of that, but the Republicans wouldn't allow that. So, yeah.
I mean, if you're a leftist, I think a lot of the reason that you don't like Warren,
I think the majority, the vast majority, was forced at least onto
like
women,
Warren.
right?
Not to say that like she isn't
not
like a
being
good
able to get a
representative
job,
or whatever,
having to
but
stay-
like
take home
I think
and
some
take
fair
care of the
criticisms
kids
would be that
puts
like
you at a very
she's still a
disadvantageous
capitalist
position
at
if you're
heart.
relying
Like
on
she always will
another
be.
person
She only
for your
left the
income and
Republican Party
stability. It
because
kind
she
of
said
fucks
that
you
the
over
Republicans,
completely.
didn't believe in true capitalism anymore, right? So it's like, I mean, there's always that dynamic.
I think if we didn't have gender roles, like there
My-
would be
my
no
take on
reason for
Warren-
biological. What do you mean by
Just be
biological
socialist,
sex?
then?
Because there's a difference in
No,
dysmorphia and
definitely
gender
not.
and shit
Not
like
not
that.
right now, at least.
Yeah, we're not gonna get that.
I think people
But
just be free
my
to
whole
do
take
whatever
on
the fuck they
Warren
want
is
to do,
she's
right?
a good second choice for president to Bernie, but where I would love to see her, I think she would do amazingly, is
You have
replacing
fascists in that, bro?
Nancy Pelosi in Senate Majority
You're
Leader.
not shadow banned.
Oh yeah.
Or, I mean,
Wait.
House Majority
Chuck Schumer?
Leader.
Okay. Well, she's a senator though.
Oh yeah, senator. Yeah. Oh, I would
Chuck
love for.
Schumer,
She
yeah.
would be a million times better than Chuck Schumer. Chuck Schumer is awful, but
I
yeah,
think you should be
she
able
would
to get
be.
puberty
I would love to
blockers
see her in a
if you're-
leadership role
if, like,
in
a
in
bunch of different
Congress.
psychologists
Honestly,
tell you should, 'cause
I think
otherwise
she
you
would
might
be
be really
amazing
negatively
in that role.
affected.
I think she can get votes together really well. I think she would be the best chance of us getting Medicare for all passed with the Bernie presidency, like 110%.
Yep.
What do you guys think Bernie would actually achieve?
Well, why not
Do you
get
actually
rid of
think he would
gender?
be able to
Gender
really
roles are
dominate something
basically
if he got
gender.
elected?
It depends on the Senate that he's working with. You know, it's pretty
Do you know my
contingent on
pie
that.
in the sky dream for that answer? Abolish the electoral college.
I mean, that's something that has to be done legislatively, or at least with.
I don't
at least
think
with
they got
politics,
enough
that
guns on the left side.
It should be revoked.
I
right?
always say if we're not going to get much done in 2020, we have the possibility of getting more done after 2022, where we can actually flip the Senate, which is actually a bigger possibility than it is right now.
Yep.
I don't think the Republican Party realizes just how much they've ran their party into the dirt in supporting Trump regardless. I really don't, because they a lot of the people I see that are full on Republican Party love to say that the left like completely supports all of our candidates and stuff, but we like the 12 people here can even agree on some things, right? Like they don't realize that like leftist unity is not a thing. Like not really.
God, yeah.
So you think if you think humans in
Yeah.
general aren't capable of doing shit, then why do you think
Yeah,
one
way
or
too
two
much
are
infighting. And it's like, I
like,
love how they
somehow
were like,
so above everybody else,
So by
right?
the way, if we prosecute
Everybody's
Trump,
flawed with that
you
logic.
realize leftists that we're gonna have to prosecute Clinton too, right? Ha, gotcha. Wait, what do you mean you're for it? Like, yeah, we are.
Please do.
Please do.
Pick
I
Biden
don't,
too.
yeah, I don't agree with this though. Like, as soon as Trump's out, they're gonna pretend like they never supported him, just kind of like what they do with Bush now in the Iraq War. They don't give
Exactly,
a shit.
yeah.
They'll keep
one
fucking moving the
big-
goalposts.
Huge.
They adapt. Yeah.
I have a question. Do you guys
They're just gonna-
agree with people who claim that Biden is the front runner and that we should like all like support him or whatever? He's the one that has the best chance of beating Donald Trump.
I agree with the first part. He definitely has the best chance of
If he
winning.
gets the nomination, support him, but we don't have to support him until that point.
Yeah, I think Warren's the best bet.
Poll just came out. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, if he's on the vice president ballot, like if he's on that, then he gets all the name recognition from all the old like people, right? It's that like he gets that name recognition. That's the whole draw to him being in the Democratic primary, right? Is that his front runner seat is garbage as fuck. His like vice president is good as fuck. Like he's literally, I mean, as much as it's like a disservice to say to him, he's literally like a second, like a non-primary candidate, right? That he's kind of just running for VP, and that like he's getting the name recognition. That's kind of what he's running on.
You talking about Biden?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, he's not going to be VP
fascism
again, though, right?
specifically
It's going
refers
to be
to a far-right ideology.
No,
in
he's
which
running for
state,
president.
Like, takes like
Yeah.
kind of like full control.
I think he
we
thinks
can
he can
search
win.
the literal definition later.
The only thing he would contribute would be being on the vice president.
With your argument,
like,
all
on the
laws would
ballot,
be a form
right?
of fascism. That's not true.
He would
As
never
a
be
society,
I don't think
we've
he
come
would
together
wanna
to
be
pass
the
that
VP on the ballot.
legislation, right?
He's
It's
running
not
for
just
president.
a
He would
random
have to back that position.
head of state
There are some
deciding.
who are
So
definitely running for VP,
we
like
vote
Cory
people in
Booker,
there
or
who did pass those
to an
legislations.
extent, Pete Buttigieg, I think, really
Kamala
sees
Harris.
himself as a VP, a bad one, but still one, but
Again, it's not a
but
form of
like,
fascism. We
I
elect
don't.
people
I think
to
Biden
pass
honestly
laws
thinks he can win.
that have those
but
right
I
that
don't
have those
think he
things
will.
into effect.
He's still leading in every poll.
So
What's
there's a
standing
form
in
of
Biden's
democracy
way?
in
Yeah,
there,
I
a
ask
form
as
of
somebody who
social
wants
contract.
Biden to lose, but
It's
like,
not
what's
forced
standing in
upon the
his way?
state per
Biden.
se, because we can vote people
Him,
in and out of the
honestly,
state.
not even his age.
I agree that he's horrible, but the American public, the part that actually votes, doesn't seem to think so. Which is
Forcible
pretty
suppression
frustrating.
of a position.
Him against
with
Trump
diagnosis.
will be
Because he's middle of the road.
really bad.
Versus
Well,
he's,
yeah, I don't
he's the
disagree
echo
on
of
that either.
Obama.
In terms of the domination, like what could stop Biden at this point? I don't know. He seems like he's got a lot of steam.
Yeah.
Let me put it this way. Poll just came out today that shows Biden losing to Trump in Michigan, Wisconsin, Indiana, various battleground states.
Sure.
Yep, I don't doubt it, and especially this whole impeachment thing is going to be ramped up too, because his name is tied to it, and there'll be lots of reasons to vote pro-Trump in that case. But if we put up a Democratic candidate who isn't Biden, we can say, see, we didn't even this guy isn't even associated with us anymore. He's gone. He's old. He's dead.
It's possible.
Yeah.
I think that maybe impeachment makes Biden look sympathetic, though.
I don't know.
Right.
I don't think
Yeah.
Because all of us are like,
people hear his
That, like-
son got that job and they're like, what the fuck? That's like, he didn't do anything illegal, but it sounds scummy as fuck to everybody.
It does, but I just don't know. I would have to see like data as to how involved the average voting American is in that like story. Because as far as I can tell, it's just like Trump wrong, Biden right, Biden vote for.
I mean, from what I've heard, it's like Trump wrong, Biden kind of did something maybe wrong, but not as big as Trump. Like that's what I've been hearing.
I just don't. I don't know if it comes across that nuanced. It seems to be like if I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm just sort of making a Phil's argument here, but like
I don't think it's going to change any of like the underlying motivations for people in the country. It's just like political theater. I think.
I don't think.
I think it matters, but it's not that big.
I think people are like too much banking on the idea that people hate Trump so much that they're going to vote for Biden, right? It's easy for people to say like, oh, I would vote for Biden, but voting is a process, and you got to get people motivated to go out there and to wait in line for hours and to bring other people as well, right? So the whole idea that like Biden is motivating enough to vote, I just think is like faulty. He's like a bowl of oatmeal, okay? Like,
True, but no one is excited
right?
for Biden.
Old people vote.
Not even any fruit. Gotta give that guy some Sudafed.
No, dude. When he blamed the issues of the black community on not playing enough, record players for your children, that definitely motivated you to go vote for him for sure.
The kids used to brush my hair in the pool because I had the blonde hair, and it was just to watch it stick back up. Like, what the fuck, Joe? Stop talking. Just stop talking.
Here, let me nibble on my wife's finger because I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Like, hey,
Oh,
how
that
can
was
I
so
show
cringy.
that I'm like an old man losing grip with reality. Most right now. Oh, I'll nibble on my wife's fingers while she's like making a gesture.
Kind of hot if you think about it. No.
People say I don't have barriers. Hey, wife.
He is trailing off.
I mean, when you're in your 70s, you've already explored all of it, right? What's next?
Oh, I'm pretty willing to bet $1 million he's about as vanilla as they come.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you.
Synth, was I talking over you? I think your microphone was breaking up.
Maybe.
It's possible. I'm sorry.
I was gonna ask you guys.
Joe Biden, I feel like with what happened like last presidential cycle, all the presidential debates between Hillary and Trump, I feel like Trump would just fuck Biden in like a debate format, right? He would just like he would get all the gotchas, right?
Yeah,
he would the important shit that he like raises his populace with, like he would get all like he would basically just trump on Biden. I mean, literally, like the guy would like fuck him. Like it doesn't seem like Biden will be that good of a front runner candidate like ever. Like it seems like the guy's like almost legitimately got Alzheimer's. Like some
he absolutely does.
He's a little slower. Yeah.
Okay, honest question. Do you
go ahead, Pixie?
Sorry, honest question. So, do you think I don't want to even say moderate because I feel like moderate has become like a dog whistle for somebody who's actually in the right, but likes to be like, oh no, but I'm moderate, wink, wink, you know?
Yeah.
But do you think?
Wink, Sargon.
Yeah. Do you think old-timey Democrats or old Democrats or whatever, or I guess like establishment or not establishment in the sense of media, but like regular voters, do you think that they'd be more likely willing to vote for Trump or Bernie?
Trump.
I think Bernie.
Trump probably.
Bernie.
Yeah.
Hands down.
I don't know.
I never assume anybody's more willing to vote for Bernie.
I think the opposite way around, but I'm not sure because I think that's $1 million question right there. Because if you're under the impression that normal quote unquote Democrats like hate Trump and don't like him at all and would be rather willing to vote for Bernie Sanders because they think Trump's a fucking racist or whatever, and then you think that progressives are more likely to vote Bernie and like motivate other young people to go vote for Bernie, and then you think as well on top of all of that you have people even on the right who really like Bernie's like trade policies, that was like the only thing him and Trump like even had a little bit overlapping, then I think you could make a very strong case for Bernie. But if you think that, I guess like the normal Democrat per se would not vote for Bernie if he was a front runner and would instead vote for Trump, then I think you can make a strong case for Biden. So to me, that's $1 million question.
I mean, this is a question. Well, I was gonna say that this is a question that you could find data on, right? Like we can look up like the polling on like who would win, like Trump versus Sanders. And if you look on Real Clear Politics, basically every poll that I'm seeing has Sanders up by multiple points.
Nice.
So
can you send that to me?
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, sure.
There's that part of it, but the main point that I would make is the one thing that we know about establishment Democratic voters is they are cowards. They will not vote for Trump, like under any circumstances. Like if they even flirt with it to their kids, because let's face it, they're all older, then their kids are just going to be like, what happened to this is not normal? What happened to this is going to lead to the destruction of their country? You know, was that all for nothing, or was that just rhetoric? You know, like, are you full of shit or are you not? And they'll bow to that, honestly.
Yeah.
Because yes, they are cowards, 110%.
I agree. I think they would vote. They would just not vote if it came between Trump or Bernie. They would just not vote.
My concern is more with that than with the possibility of
dog whistles is the most polemic imperatives for
Hey Emily, our good friend is here.
Use in arguments. Oh fuck.
Oh,
You're
Sam.
right, everybody.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people use it incorrectly, but I don't think it's a completely bad term. I'm using community. I think y'all are a bit extreme in y'all's idea, and I take it with a grain of salt. I respect because I got some extreme ideas too.
Does everyone remember the political powerhouse of Tim Kaine? Remember Tim Kaine?
Some Sanders supporters
Tim Kaine was Hillary's running mate in 2016, right? So everyone's talking about who's running for VP, but it just seems like behind the scenes in the DNC, who the Democratic candidate is going to have to work with and get support from, there's always just there's somebody who's already filled that slot, and we don't even know who that is. And I don't think the VP is going to come out of the presidential candidate. It's going to be some left field, somebody who we're not aware of, who's doing something that is already in there. We're not aware of.
I
gotta say, I think it's Kamala Harris.
Really
That's why she just dropped out. She's a female VP. She's a minority. She's got experience, good education.
She dropped out because she went from being
basic health care, right? Not getting like screwed over and exploited is a basic human right, right? That's not asking for a handout.
That's why she dropped out, because she couldn't raise money. They ran out of money. She is.
I think after drop out, especially if you want to vie for a VP spot.
They would never have her.
Bernie will win if
she is nuclear. Like her, people who like pretty much people like me on Twitter pretty much ruined her chances
but I doubt they're gonna
pursuing
get far.
anything after this, because Kamala Harris is a cop.
I think she's too stuck. She's too ambitious. She wants to be president, and you don't want your VP has to be like your backup. They're like completely in your corner. They can't want to be president after you and sort of like pushing from behind.
I mean, Biden wanted to be president. He was up there on the stage with Obama and Hillary for a while, wasn't he?
Also, she's a flake.
She's a flake. Did he run? I don't think he ran.
Yeah, no, Biden definitely ran in 2008.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I feel like that's what Pence is doing, though.
Oh, okay, I'm wrong.
That's obviously opinion. I can't prove it, but I feel like Pence only went to be VP because he felt pretty sure that Trump wouldn't last 4 years. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm still a little bit surprised.
Yeah, I think you're giving way too much credit to Mike Pence.
No, I've heard that a lot.
I think I think so much has changed completely, right, since Trump has taken office. I wouldn't be surprised if that was like, maybe an intention he came in with. But now, like, the Republican Party has gone full on Trump or die, right? So it's not the same landscape as when he first started. Because now if you are against Trump, you're a actual secret Democrat, part of the secret government, Hillary shill, right? So good luck opposing. Yeah, good luck opposing your overlord now, because that's just gonna paint you in a really bad light.
Well, here's the other thing, right? Is that populism as an idea has taken hold in America. Like, people have said Trump's a populist, Bernie's a populist. People have said these things, right? So now the general public is kind of getting in, what's a populist? What are these different ideologies, I guess? What are these different ways of approaching politics, right? And I think that's something that's massively cropped up since Trump, right? Is that he was the first real fucking populist that came across, and it feels like he actually just influenced the scene really hard. The amount that Bernie's being talked about right now, the fact that we're literally using populism to counter populism, it's really weird to me. Or maybe that's just my take, but it seems like it's something that's happening in America.
So what is populism? What is politics if not populism? People vote, and the most number of people in a democratic system, according to whatever the system is,
but some people vote on issues, though.
Sure.
Here's the thing, right? Is populists generally appeal to the most popular issues, the most popular things that are going to get them elected. That's what populists do.
How freezing would it be living if they can't afford preventative medical treatment?
They appeal to one-issue voters. They appeal to these people who are basically based on feelings. They appeal to these large masses in ways that they know that they can, and that's how they take hold of the democratic system, and that's what ultimately undermines it, right? That's the problem with populism.
I mean, well, what's the alternative? What do you see unless a politician is speaking to the largest number of people about what they care about the most?
I really want
what else are they
supposed to do? A lot of them create a narrative. They don't appeal to the largest base. They create a narrative that people can get behind, rather than letting what
I just
want to
pull myself up by the bootstraps and
that's
somehow
kind of the difference between,
not become a victim of a system that's constantly trying to put me down.
What is not?
Less of a, say deregulation towards the rich, tax cuts for the rich, things that are very targeted towards the smallest number of people that isn't popular with the most amount of people.
Yeah, but no one runs on that.
This will help you. Yeah, they do.
Right.
They do.
Okay.
They're job creators, guys. They're job creators.
Well, would you say that it's populism if Bernie says like free healthcare, free college?
Hashtag pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Let's pretend that your ancestors' actions have nothing to do with how you live right now, right? Let's just pretend that.
Right-wing populism.
Why not?
You're kind of outnumbered everyone.
No, that's fine. But I mean, that's the thing. Everyone's like, what are we gonna do about populism?
What do you mean? Everywhere that has free healthcare is pretty freaking great. U.S. healthcare already sucks ass. For something that you don't control, you can end up with like thousands of hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. Over something that I think you're fucking fine. You don't choose to have like cancer and shit.
How do I put this nicely?
An ethno state.
Nazism.
Nazism.
Sure.
The deemed correlation doesn't equal causation. What are you talking about? That's true, but U.S. healthcare is already fucking shit.
But then you say like, okay, well, so communism is left wing populism, right?
Communism is a bad
communism versus like fascism debate, and communism being on the left and like fascism being the right.
Well, that's the thing. It's fucking ridiculous. People are literally dying because they can't afford insulin that costs $6 to make.
Sorry,
right?
Communism isn't bad.
Like
communism's terrible.
No,
it isn't. It's inherently bad.
Wait, are you guys saying fascism is inherently bad or communism is inherently bad?
Communism.
We all love fascism. No.
Okay. So from what I know, communism, at least from what I've read, has worked like in small communities. Like think about kibbutz, like 200 people or less, right? But it seems like once you get like too big of like a communist society, then it becomes a lot harder to control just because of the amount of like population and people there are there. Obviously I can't, I don't know the future. Theoretically speaking, in a true communist state, you technically wouldn't have a state to begin with, right? It'd be like a narco-communism. I personally don't believe in it. I think in such a large and global like society, like I don't think it's really possible to create like a large anarchist state. But I don't think it's an inherently evil concept as much as it is about just question of how to implement it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the problem here is people love to espouse, well, this country calls itself communist, and therefore it must be, and the People's Democratic Republic of North Korea is totally a democratic Republican state.
Well, the thing is, that's how it always ends up. Yeah. Just like communism devolves.
Like the Nazis were the Socialist Party, even though they weren't fucking socialists. Like,
they killed socialists.
I think the large problem with communism is that power gets consolidated into a small group of people.
What you're saying, Templar, doesn't make any sense.
And it
U.S. is one of the richest nations in the world. And what does having different races have to do with free healthcare?
And it has no corrective function because power consolidates. And I mean, the thing is, like, when you say, "Oh, communism, like, the perfect idea of communism is like so good," it's like, yeah, but it gets fucked up when you insert people into it. So it's like, like communism without people is a beautiful idea.
We already spend more on average on healthcare than
sorry, it doesn't work.
Any other individual country, right? Then an individual person, whether they're older or not, already is paying more probably in healthcare.
People as they are right now, as we've been educated, as we've been conditioned to live.
Exactly.
The big red scare,
which is these reasons. Sorry, not to cut you off. I didn't want
to. I don't think we can get rid of inherent greed. I don't think that's something we can get rid of, though. Like, I feel like there will always be people who realize that they're smart enough to manipulate the public to get into a position of power in order to exert power over others. Like, I feel like this is always something that's going to be true until we literally genetically modify ourselves to not be able to do this thing. So communism will always necessarily be broken if we instate it. Not saying that capitalism is the most perfect thing, but just saying that, like, there are a lot more safeguards and shit to keep us from, like, really fucking up.
I don't like the idea that I don't like implying that greed is like genetic or something like that. These are all just things we like we're conditioned into,
Strobo,
right?
is that a joke or not? Because if it was like, if it was, because if it was capitalism, right?
So the reason
capitalism, slavery wouldn't be outlawed,
the reason that small
right?
scale
This was
communism
literally like
seems
Civil
to work
War.
is because these
Yeah,
communities have lived in a
sense.
societal structure that doesn't really encourage a lot of the behaviors or ideas that like are the root of the problem for like a lot of communist or socialist movements, right? So like a lot, it's not a matter of scale. It's not like communism only works on a small scale, it doesn't work on a large scale. It's that all these societies that are already large scale, like the United States or most of the Western world, or like the, most global nations and stuff like that, we've already been conditioned to certain ideas and concepts that are kind of counterproductive to the idea of communism, right? So until we create a culture of people that are more I guess in line with like the ideals of communism, I don't think it's going to be possible to like have a successful transition into communism.
Well, my main issue with all of this,
the main point, or the main part that makes it difficult, is that people are conditioned to be competitive to.
Well, prove me wrong, Scrobo. It's so easy, right? If you are truly right and truly logical, you should be able to out-debate me or out-argue or bring up points that I can't go against.
We get onto this topic.
Not hard, right? Unless if you can't,
get onto this topic
you have
of
to
socialism
go back to
and
like ad hominems or like personal
so
attacks.
utterly terrified of
but I'm
something
sure
they
you're
cannot
smarter than that,
even
right?
explain.
What the hell are you talking about?
Do you,
Me? I have to argue, so I'm just going to call everybody a gender studies major.
I am going to ask, do you actually understand what socialism means?
What are you just asking?
Yeah, I do, but I know that there's like different variants of it and there's different levels. But if you would like to go ahead and give a definition, I'd like to hear it.
Well, we understand it as the political theory. Here, let me read it. Political economic theory of social organization, which advocates that the means of production, distribution, and exchange should be owned or regulated by the community as a whole. Now, what does that actually mean? Right? It means that the GM plant is owned and operated in community, in collective, by the people who work there, not by a CEO.
Right.
Honestly,
distribution,
I think
and
a dog was moderate.
that also means
like,
that no one person should have control of a mind.
Trump's
no one person should have control of distribution platforms. No one person should have control over production capabilities. No one person should have control over any single part of the system that is required to make sure that a country runs, which has led us to just-in-time capitalism.
You don't have to time him out. I don't know what he wrote, right? I like it when people argue with me. You just can't come up with anything. But you don't have to.
The rest of it comes tumbling down because of the way that we've built the system, so that it's these small groups of people that own everything. And if everything goes to hell in just one of those sections, we don't have the redundancy that we need to help counteract that.
If he keeps being
an example of that, I don't really grasp what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You don't.
If you can't come up with a single
I'll just say, like, I don't think that's inherent to capitalism. I think that can easily happen under socialism. And my primary concern is not my primary. Sorry, let me say my primary concern is I think there is a need for some socialism. Like I don't have too much of a problem with socialism. I'm talking specifically to communism.
We got it.
But you can go about socialism if you want.
Hey, I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry to interrupt right now, and I know I haven't been saying anything recently, but I gotta go to sleep. But hey, thanks for having me on. I'm sorry I didn't engage much at the end, but I had fun earlier, and yeah.
Bye, Micro. Nice to meet you.
See you, buddy.
Goodbye. Nice to meet you. Hey, everyone in chat, you should follow me at twitch.tv/micromacrotx. I normally have a lot more energy, and I like to chud thump a lot. And I'm speaking really fast now, but you can keep up. I have faith in you. All right.
Destiny 2.0.
What? Destiny 2.0, baby. Let's
discount
go.
Destiny. That's Wired. Wired is discount Destiny. I'm sorry.
True.
Yeah.
All right. I'll be more attractive Destiny. We'll go with that.
More attractive Destiny.
Doesn't it prove that the women are actually the stronger ones in hunters? Because lionesses hunt for food, right? So, like, you can make the opposite argument instead of the argument.
Micro. Oh, you're welcome.
Well, duh, Scrobo, but you're not really making a good argument.
All right, cool.
Yourself.
If I can ever get off work in time for it, I'd love to.
Yeah, and all you lefty political types are welcome to come over to my stream and play some games.
Dope. I love video games. All right. Peace out, everybody. It was fun talking to you. Have a good night.
Have a great night.
See
you. Later.
Really fast before someone.
No, go ahead, Leon. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say before someone else gets in, you said you had a philosophy podcast.
Oh yeah. So I started it this last Thursday. We're gonna be running it every 2 weeks. We just had like me, my friend, and Wired Guitars on. Puff and Freems and Micro have all kind of reached out to me and said that like they would be interested in following along even if they don't necessarily talk. I'm sort of just starting the philosophy podcast because I don't see any. I don't see any philosophy being done on Twitch very much, and it's something that I'm very interested in.
You're gonna have to ask Leon. I'm not the one running this.
If you like philosophy, come follow me.
But if you, I'm pretty sure
every 2 weeks, probably gonna reduce it down to every other week, or to every week, because I don't know, it's enjoyable.
Yeah, it's a cool niche that you're trying to fill. So, good idea.
I'm trying to synth people together, right?
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah, what's up?
Link up with me so like when I'm trying to do the LGBT podcast, I don't.
That. I'm sorry.
Like we don't like cross over each other.
Oh yeah, sure. I got you. I'll DM you. I got you.
I don't want to be doing our podcast on LGBT issues like without you. If like you know, so yeah, just let me know so that we can let's link up afterwards and we can figure some things out.
Yeah. Yeah, we can like VC or DM or something. I got you.
Yeah, sure. I'll hit you on Discord.
All right. Yeah, that's it for the philosophy podcast thing. Go on to the next topic because I feel awkward.
Sorry, no, I wanted to give you a chance to.
Everybody just stare at Sim.
Everybody just stare at me. Oh no. Oh no. I can't do it. All right.
Okay. Let's see. I don't know if anybody else here has like podcasts or anything else they want to shout out while we're doing shout outs right now.
Wednesday.
Or mine. Oh, wait, who?
Oh, I was gonna.
Everybody knows about Mindwaves. Come on. Who here doesn't know about the Big Brain podcast? Like, come on.
Never heard of it.
Really?
Yes.
Puff, are you living under a rock?
I've heard of it. I'm sorry. I was just. Go on.
Puff was trying to be the contrarian, trying to get the.
Where's the Who Omega Laws? Any Who Omega Laws in chat?
Pixie, did you have something though?
Yeah, I have a podcast on Wednesday. I run with Denims. We're trying to make it like at least all the time 50-50 or more women, right? So it's a cool podcast. Check it out maybe if you're interested. We just talk politics like everybody else on Twitch right now. But yeah, it's fun. We have a fun time. So check it out. Yeah, that's it. I'm not a very interesting person. I don't know what else to say.
Hush with that. Anyway.
Okay. Did anybody else have something else?
I swear to God, Leon. Next topic.
Next topic. I was going to give people a chance to bring up something if they wanted to. Otherwise, I'm going into comments about.
Damn. I have a podcast tomorrow. That's all.
Yeah, calm down, Freems. Jesus.
Calm down, Freems. Man, chill out. Relax.
What's the whole thing about Trump trying to like revoke like food stamps? That's a topic.
That is a topic.
Oh boy.
Oh, is he trying it again?
Hey,
yeah.
I'm gonna dip out. Thank you so much for having me on, Leon. I really appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
All you guys are really cool people. Hearts to everybody. Thank you for having me.
See you again.
Bye.
Later, Pixie.
Later, buddy.
Let's do this. Okay. Let's activate. Okay. It's like almost 2, so I'm gonna continue for a little while more, and then we're gonna read Leon because we want to support him on this podcast, you know. Yeah. So here's the biggest thing, Z-Mapper. This whole idea of like, oh, you know, that's technically fascism. We force kids to go to school and we force them to like, you know, do whatever. There again, as I said before, we have thank you guys for following. There's a very big difference between having a democratic government where you elect individuals who then pass laws that we as a society as a whole agree to, right? Because with your logic, things like murder, having murder be illegal will technically be fascism. And that's not true. We don't uphold to that, right? So that's one thing, right? Shit, I was gonna say something else, but again, I have the memory of like a grain of rice. So yeah. You should be telling your chat to go out and vote, register to vote. Yes, that's true. You all should go register to vote. Education on the topic is good. At the end of the day, words are what people define them as. Nobody defines going to school as fascism. Democratic government is only real majority, aka 51% mob rule. Well, yes and no, but it's not necessarily mob rule, right? That's why we have like systems of checks and balances in place. That's why you can have a majority Democratic Senate and then a president that's Republican, right? It's never 100% mob rule. And it's not like minorities don't have a voice in government, right? It's not like they don't have a voice to say what they want, and they can also do things like protest or exert a lot of public pressure to get things changed. So that's not saying 51% mob rule. And yeah, like Omniscient Jones said, why is 0.0001% of rule better? That doesn't make much sense if you don't agree with mob rule. You guys don't like Elizabeth. Why don't you like Elizabeth Warren? I'm kind of upset because this is like push to partner, and yeah, I'm gonna put push to partner. Sad face. Cause I'm kind of nervous because I don't think I went over 75 today. It looks like I won't be getting partnered today, or this time. Fuck my life. Yeah, I was at 80 for a brief moment, but that's not enough to make a 75. It sucks because for the last 100 days I've been reaching 100 or so. Today's just not that day, I guess. Really, really frustrating. Oh, fuck my life. Fuck me. I guess today was just not a good streaming day in general for most people. I guess it's Monday, whatever. People be busy. Maybe one day, I don't know. Thank you for gifting a sub, the Great Dagar. I appreciate it. I'm not gonna call. I feel bad. I don't think that's right. I don't want to be like, oh, please raid me. Like, I don't know. I feel uncomfortable doing that. I don't like Elizabeth Warren. I'd vote for her, but she is like backtracking on making Medicare for All happen. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I feel that. I relate to that. He really doesn't care. I know, but he doesn't have to care. I care, okay? I take the things personally. Like, I'm the one who has the fucking hang-ups, okay? That's a me thing, and that's okay. Yeah, I agree. She's a panderer. I feel that. The Mexican government isn't capable of fighting the cartels, and the U.S. government isn't likely to send troops, but what if the mercenaries in the fighting? Or, the way to solve the war on drugs is to make drugs legal, decriminalized. That's a thing. Hairy legs 2020? Fuck yeah, I don't hate shaving. I like smooth legs sometimes, but it doesn't happen very often. After like one day, it's like back to fucking hell. It's like, fuck you. Since a lion gets to mate with a lioness in the pride, should we legalize polygamy? Well, that's the point I'm trying to make. I can't pronounce your name. Like, if you're gonna use nature arguments, you can use nature arguments in all sort of bullshit, So it doesn't really make a lot of sense to make those types of arguments. Because, again, in nature, mamas eat the babies. In nature, people, animals kill each other for no reason. Like, it's a bad general argument. Bernie Prize Warren Senate Majority Leader would be ideal. Yeah, I feel that. What about the hardcore drugs, though? Well, there's a big difference between decriminalize and legalize. When we decriminalize drugs, we're basically saying that if you take drugs, you're not going to go to jail. If you do substance abuse, you won't be put in jail, which makes sense. Like, all substance abuse, or I guess drug abuse, really, is considered a mental illness most of all, right? So why are you going to send mentally ill people to jail? It doesn't really make a lot of sense. What it allows it to do is it allows it to be destigmatized. It allows people to get the help they need. And foremost, it's not just a mental health issue. It's a mental health issue, and it's a self-harm issue, right? When people are on drugs, the person they're getting hurt the most is themselves, in the vast majority of cases. So yeah, that's what I mean by decriminalize. No, so selling cocaine shouldn't necessarily be legal, but taking it should be, you know? Like, cocaine is pretty legalized drugs. Well, that's why I'm for decriminalization. The only person that could get me not to vote for Democrat presidential election is Bloomberg. The nature arguments from the point of the majority of cases, not specific cases. Well, that doesn't make sense, because, like, the vast majority of animals have extremely different interactions and extremely different behaviors, right? Well, at least from what I've read, in Portugal and even in Mexico, when they decriminalized drugs for a short amount of time, it actually went less, right? The amount of people who are taking these drugs became, like, a lot less. Not just because people went and were able to get help and stuff like that. Well, I was gonna say something else, but yeah, when you have people who actually get help for the problems they need, the amount of drug usage decreases dramatically. Yes, they started it in Portugal with huge success. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I never made sense to lock up people for addiction. The majority of mothers don't eat their babies, etc. Well, here, the point I'm trying to make is that these examples of nature, I'm sure if you give me, like, a huge long list of animals, I can point out, like, strange behaviors that we people don't do, or that are radically different to us. So, yeah, it doesn't make sense to say nature in general, because nature in general doesn't have this specific set of conduct that humans don't do. I'm not going to explain dimensions. I'm not qualified to explain about that. What do you mean by legalization? Well, that's why I'm talking about decriminalization. Well, there's an argument for legalization. I just think the strongest argument I can make is for decriminalization. I think that's where I can, like, fucking, like, bomb it, like, you know? I hope everyone knows that Trump is going to get real. Scrovo, okay, I think Scrovo's a troll. He doesn't give anything. Yeah, he doesn't give anything necessary, if that makes any sense, and he's just referring to ad hominems, or not ad hominems, also, like, petty insults, which is lame, you know? I thought that you were actually interested in fighting for real. Almost nothing we consider moral isn't natural or has strict natural counterexamples. The vast majority of higher order mammals, which is what most people are thinking of, exhibit largely similar behaviors when it comes to roles of parents, etc. Well, Templar, that's where, like, you're not necessarily correct. Like, when I gave you the example of, like, I think it was the bonobos or whatever, or, you know, just in general, how even these types of primates do exhibit social structures as well, that you can't say, oh, but biology. So it doesn't really make sense to be like, oh no, we must be like them. And then when we look at our own history, it doesn't even agree with people's natural argument, right? When we look at our earliest cases and what probably happened, it doesn't agree with people's whole nature point of view either. It was a meme. When people say nature, dude, this dishwasher is broken. What the fuck? Am I a dishwasher? Why legalize drugs and criminalize guns? Shouldn't we legalize everything? Well, I'm talking about decriminalizing drugs. I'm talking about that if you take drugs, you shouldn't be put in jail. We should only decriminalize stuff that we know will actually work, I guess, in a sense, right? So it doesn't make sense to I don't know. I think when it comes to drugs, we've seen that criminalization hasn't worked. We've seen that it has unintended / some intended effects where unfortunately hurts people who are what is it called, who are minorities, right? When it comes to guns, I would agree that large scale criminalization will probably not lead to the results that we want. However, that's talking solely on crime, right? I think if you do criminalize guns, I don't think the average Joe is going to go out of their way to get a gun, right? What type of euphoria does that give you? While drugs are kind of, I guess, what is it? Most of the time are used for self-medication and stuff. So there is like an underlying, like, more existential reason to get it. Was that clear? Did I just sound crazy? Thank you, Xbox Twitch. I appreciate the sub. Yeah. But no, definitely decriminalization, legalization usually only refers to personal consumption and possession. Not everyone on the left wants to criminalize guns. Yep, I know. But nobles are communists. Okay, so you can decriminalize drugs, but what do you say? What do you do with the cartels? Well, the whole idea is that cartels would start crippling because there'd be less people using drugs, right? There'd be less incentives to use drugs, because you're gonna be able to get, or there'd be like more funding instead of like putting those people to jail, getting those people the help they need, right? So that hurts cartels because nobody's gonna like necessarily want drugs per se. What are your thoughts on the Roberts brothers drinking waters and then delinquent Ude muster? I don't know what the fuck that sentence was, but please expand more. Orca whales, no leopards, and chimpanzees all have similar social structures. Everyone's criminalized guns until a war starts. Well, I'm not against criminalizing guns per se. Where females don't raise the babies. Well, what do you mean by females don't raise the babies? You say that don't have like the exact like societal structure. And also, this is another thing, just because, one more thing. Even if I already talked to you about lions, right? And I'm pretty sure orcas and groups like that raise the children together as well. But I'm not 100% sure, so I do have to search. I already talked to you about bonobos and how it's a matriarchal society. I think from what I read about most animals, it's usually like a group raising sort of thing, sort of shenanigans. But then again, when you go back to this whole like nature argument, it doesn't really make sense, right? Because don't you think we are even higher in order than animals? Like, doesn't that appear to be? Or when we go back to our own history and we see nomadic tribes, the earliest examples of human civilization, and we don't have that structure in place, doesn't that like go against your nature argument? One of the earliest structures of human society doesn't agree with what you're saying. Nope, we're not here to say racist shit. That's our argument to legalize. It's legalized, tax, and most important, regulate, so you can sell heroin and cocaine and weed, have the cleanliness and purity standards, and only be sold in limited quantities. Yeah, but the point is that when it comes to really addicting drugs like that, once it gets too expensive, people will just go to the black market. I think it's better to just focus on completely trying to cure these people. I will never dab, ever. Canada, they decriminalized drugs and opened up safe dosing clinics where people can dose themselves and get off drugs. Yeah, I think that's better than what we have now. Do people think they're right about everything generally become streamers, or is there something about streaming that makes people think they're right about everything? I don't think I'm right about everything. I have conceded in my stream multiple times when I'm wrong, you know? I have said multiple times, like, wow, no, you changed my mind, or, yeah, no, I misspoke, you're, like, that's not what I meant, or, you're right, like, that's a better way to do things, right? Marijuana got legalized, the cartels switched to growing heroin. If they decriminalize them, then they'll move on to something else. Well, yeah, but the point is, right, there's only supply when you have demand. And if you have no demand, then there's no reason to have supply. So how do you get rid of demand? You get people to solve their drug addiction problem. You get people the mental health they need, the mental help they need, as well as the physical help as well. I think you to be able to sell heroin to a 12-year-old. Is a state government drug trade. Well, that's what kind of Mexico did. They cut the prices. They basically started selling, like, I think heroin or meth, and then cut their prices incredibly, to get more people interested in it. Or not to get, yeah, to get people to buy it from the government instead of from cartels. The greatest harm reduction can only come from full legalization. Yeah, there's an argument for that. I just like making the argument for decriminalization because I'm lazy and it's easier. How do I feel about cannibalism? Just generally not okay. Thank you, Drizzy. I appreciate the sub. It is much appreciated. Woo. Okay. Argo whales play with sea lions before killing them to teach their young how to hunt and kill. Chat thinks they're right about everything. True. It kind of works as both. You can sell those drugs recreationally, and then if those people become addicted, they can go for treatments, much like alcohol. That's true. I just think, from what I've read at least, most people don't start drugs unless if there's an underlying reason why, right? It's usually like self-medication foremost and all of all. Don't you think that all drugs should criminalize and people like, hey, let me try heroin and will only cause more? No, I don't think that would happen. That's like saying, oh, if we had no laws, people are going to go around killing each other. The average person doesn't wake up one day and says like, you know what sounds nice? Some heroin. Like, most people don't want to have a crippling addiction to drugs. I don't think that's a very crazy statement to have. She doesn't truly care about any of this shit. She knows that this one type of philosophical, political, religious conversations and unlimited content because people like us think our voice means something to anyone. No, I actually do care about this stuff. You don't have to believe me, but I do care about it, okay? This has really real-world effects. I care about other people. I care about policies that, you know, affect others in positive or negative lights. Call me a dumb optimist, call me naive, but yeah, I do care. So I think it is important to talk about this stuff on stream or chat, because if I could just convince one person differently, or if I can have one person who feels comfortable talking about mental health here, or just one person who like changes their mind or gets motivated enough to start doing political action where they are at, then that means something to me, okay? And you know, you can think that I'm just getting too worked up about it. I don't care. The speech, yes, my dumb speeching. Oh my, how can I? I was in I'm lazy and it's easier to write in my life. Yeah, sometimes I am very lazy. Cigarettes are legal, but rates have been going down because of education. People get addicted to heroin via prescription or opiates, not through thrill seeking. Heroin is just cheaper alternative when the prescription runs out. That's very true. That's why I'm not completely for legalization, because I also have a kind of in the back of my mind, I know that you have like the opioid crisis, right? And huge pharmaceutical companies that really don't give a fuck about except like selling their product. Which I think legalization would be an easier way for them to like peddle these drugs as well. I will never do an ASMR stream. I am vehemently opposed to ASMR. That shit is creepy as fuck, okay? I don't like hearing people whisper in my ears about rain or whatever. Like, that's not for me. What do you mean by copa? I think I've read about it before, but I'm not sure. Perverts. I do vaguely recall Gary Johnson saying something along those lines. Some people live in situations. The real cure of drug addiction is quality of life. Well, that's true. That's why I was like talking about over and over again how there's a lot of underlying issues before drug addiction. Self-medication, escape, shit like that, right? I do agree that probably an overall quality of life would either reduce drug addiction or at least like the supposed negative effects of drug addiction. I don't watch often, but good luck on your road to partner. Thank you. I don't think I'm gonna make it because I'm 69 viewers. But yeah, I think I don't think I'm gonna reach the 75 average this stream. I'm just gonna I touch my glasses a lot, okay? Pixie's my queen. I am White Knight. We are both Sock Dems and Bernie supporters. Yeah, just, you know, White Knight chat hating on me. Yeah, no, it's not. You do you. I have 3 terabytes of ASMR. You're disgusting. No, shut the fuck up. I am not gonna make you guys vote for Bernie Sanders via ASMR. I have standards, okay? There's just a bar that I humiliate myself for Twitch already, and I can't go lower than that. And ASMR would be part of going lower than that bar, okay? I'm just too prideful. Y'all are spicy. Yeah, I love the spice, don't you know? Damn, 042 truly be getting my proposal shot down like the bubbles plane. I thought about moving to a secluded cabin with my hard drives ASMR, just chilling. Go for it. You know what? If you are happy living a secluded, stop with the ASMR. It is I'm not gonna acknowledge these ASMR comments anymore. Okay, they're fucking me up. Can you just tell us to shut the fuck up and just scold us for... No! Why are you guys being so weird tonight? They're on people because they should just recreational and keep purchasing opioids instead of having to go for heroin and then go to rehab for that instead of harder drugs. Well, I don't know. I don't think... maybe. I think it's kind of unethical, maybe, for a company to produce a highly addictive product, right? You're not really free to buy that product if you need it, for you to function, right? Even after, let's say, 1 point use, it's different to develop an addiction as to have a product that's like so inherently addicted that after a use or two you're fucked. I think that's very exploitative of the company. There's a very high demand for political ASMR for real. It's 3 a.m. weird time I do it. It is. Bye, Omniscient. Sleep well. Yeah, good stream, fam. I'm glad you liked it. What the fuck is ASMR? I'm sorry, miss. Our ASMR is like when the people whisper and make weird sounds next to their mic that a lot of people like for some reason. I can't relate to it. I think it's creepy as fuck. When I hear ASMR, I'm like, ooh, why are people whispering me? But some people just really, really like it. You guys are such fucking trolls. I'm canceling all of you. I am going to go on my Twitter and cancel ASMR as a whole and just ruin it for you guys. You would not dare, Greg Seeley. You would not dare do that to... Well, maybe you would dare. Please don't. I would be horrified. I would be horrified one day waking up and having somebody send me Pixie ASMR political stream and shit. I think I would cry. I would be so defeated. To the tip of my nose? I don't know. That sounds like a weird thing to do. Is that like a weird joke or something that I don't get? That is activated ASMR is actually much like nerve reaction that is activated ASMR content. Well, my nerves don't like reacting, I guess. It has to do with the vagus nerve. What's the sound for? Sounds creepy. Audio sensory ASMR. Audio sensory something. I don't know what the MR stands for. Bernie Sanders and Joe Rogan podcast is basically ASMR. One day I'll do a fucking Bernie cosplay. Why not? That shit would be hilarious. The muscular reaction. Who knows? Okay. Give me one little second, guys. It's late, and I shouldn't perhaps read somebody, but I'm still, part of me is still like, oh, gotta reach that partnership, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to for tonight. So tragic. It'd be like that, fam. It really Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Fuck. Go on, Joe Rogan. I don't even know what Joe Rogan would ask me. My glasses. I'm glad you like my glasses. Oh, you're hot. Thanks for the compliment. You see, I like when people give me standard compliments and aren't like super duper weirdos about it. You know, there's a very big difference between like, I think you're attractive or you're hot or whatever, and holy shit, I want to do XXXYYZ with you. It's just like, please, dude, chill. I am not here for that today. Okay, like that is not the mood ever. Period. Nope, not today, Satan. Can you do the voice though? I can do a not a Bernie voice. I'm terrible at doing Bernie voice, but I can do a demon voice. Like, hello, how are you guys doing? Like you see a demon voice right there. Boom. He'd ask you to try DMT. I thought about taking what is it, shrooms before and shit like that. because or like LSD, because I've read some studies that they can like perhaps permanently cure depression or really change it or really like help you through it. So I've thought about it before. I don't think I'm gonna do it unless if it becomes like a prescription medication and shit like that. But I've thought about it. Please do not talk about my feet. It makes me quite uncomfortable. I think, yes, I am Puerto Rican. I was born and raised in Puerto Rico. Yeah, I'm glad you like my top. It's like a hippie top, you know? You can totally pull off a Kristen Gillibrand, Elizabeth Warren cosplay. Perhaps. Maybe if I get, like, more old glasses. I don't know who Kristen Gillibrand is. Let's Google her. Let's Google Kristen Gillibrand. Oh, yeah, I remember her. I kind of liked her, even though she took money from big donors. Maybe I could pull off a cosplay of her. Not gonna lie, you know, if you were a lioness, I'd let you hunt for me. Wow, thank you for the kind compliment. Thank you for letting me hunt for you. Holy shit, that's quite the honor. No, that wasn't ASMR. Me acting like I'm a fucking demon from hell, which I might be, hashtag so edgy, is not the same thing as ASMR. Please. Please don't talk about my feet. They were studying psychobilin and depression. Good stuff. I'm an ass. I do my best to be fair with everyone I talk to it. As the guy with the wrong political view for here, the ASMR is too much. I don't respect if you do that. Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't like it. Do any theater work? I actually, in high school, I acted in some Shakespeare plays, and in some plays, that's most acting I've done. I really like acting, and I really like movies. I've thought about, I don't think I have enough talent to be, like, a full actress, right? I can, if I try really hard for a while, I could cry, and that's it. And it's not even fake crying. I'm just thinking actual sad things to cry. So yeah, so I don't think I don't know, I don't think I could be an actress per se, but I have thought about doing the, what is it called? Words are hard. Oh, directing. I've thought about directing before, and maybe going to school for that, but I feel like that's not a very probable choice or realistic, but maybe in the future, we'll see. Did you ever, yeah, it's looking like Doobie from Harry Potter had asked. Who is Dobby? Yeah, fuck yeah, I'll take that roast. Do you guys have socks? Is that the character you're talking about? Yeah, fuck yeah, I'll take your fucking socks, why not? I got faded once and I had a 15-minute combo with a dude at the gas station on the war on drugs and being rude and racism. Bro, preach. I keep trying to explain that to my dad and he does not get it at all. Fuck you guys. Not today. No demon ASMR. Acting like a model up in here. Yeah, guys. Oh, my earphone. I'm just so popular and famous. You know, I just look like a total model with my hippie clothing. I was offered to be a brand ambassador of the place I buy all my clothes at. But holy hell, I don't know if I'm gonna actually take it. If I get like a certain amount of people to sign up, I get a gift card. So I think I might do it just for the gift card, you know? Star Wars or Harry Potter. So I've never actually watched the full Star Wars trilogy. Don't kill me. I just haven't got into it yet. But yeah, I guess I'd pick Harry Potter for that reason, question mark? I don't know. Has anyone told you look like Madison de Miss Universe? You could totally compete next year. De todas formas, eres más boricua que ella. Oh, thank you for the compliment. Yeah. I think the reason a lot of people don't like her is because she basically used Puerto Rico as a backup when it came to her competing. I don't have any special talents though. Like, I'm not especially talented. But thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you. You have a little look of the female actor at Margaret. Damn, you guys, I like when people give me celebrity comparisons, because that's something I can like. Oh, thank you, I appreciate it. It's so sweet. So yeah, hey girl, are you at school? Because I love to shoot up. No, that's where we draw the line, mister. No more further than that. This is so bad. I kind of sometimes like school shooter jokes. Sometimes I think they're a little bit funny, but yeah, they're kind of fucked up. That's a spicy joke. Take it. Take the opportunity, no regrets. The Mandalorian was amazing. What do you mean by take the opportunity? If you are going to make a cosplay, do a Ruth Ginsburg. Thank you for hosting my stream. Appreciate it. Do a Ruth Gator Ginsburg. I think she's one of the most influential women when it comes down to fighting women's rights in America. True. Should I just do political? Should we do this? Should we do like a political cosplay stream every once in a while? Just be like, hi, today I'm gonna cosplay Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump. You can just do as a stream as your talent. You definitely ace the questions part. I feel like I'm not, like, what would that even be? I would sit in a computer and be like, hi guys, today I'm streaming. That's my talent for the portion. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I can learn ribbon dancing. Or, actually, you know what would be really fucking cool that I've always wanted to do my whole life? I want to learn how to do trapeze. I think trapeze would be so freaking bomb ass. I would love it. I would love it. Nuclear Take the movies are better than the books. Oh fuck, you're gonna get people to fucking fight you here. Somebody's gonna go beat you up. Hi Beamus, how you doing? I don't make 911 jokes, they're just plain wrong. Oh, 9/11, not 911, okay. Take the man ambassador deal. Ask, I'll be like, yeah. What type of punch can take out 20 kids in 6? Not funny. Even if I'm smiling, not funny. I should do a sexy Abraham Lincoln cosplay. You know? Just go full on sexy Abraham Lincoln cosplay. Why not? Padme Amidala. Is that an actual person or is that a reference to something that I don't know? Let's see. Yep, that's a reference in Star Wars, something I don't know much about. You cosplay for the win. You touch your glasses for then Savile touches his nose. It's great. I can't help it because they slide down, so I have to like put them back up. If you ever need a historical player, I could totally put off the Taft Goring, maybe Munoz Marin. Well, I was gonna say something like Luis Munoz Marin, because that'd be dope. That'd be dope, even though people won't know who he is. That'd be dope to me. Cosplay is definitely the same level as weird as ASMR. I changed my mind. No, I like cosplay. I like cute outfits that like have to do with awesome figures or figures that I like in media. You see, I think that's okay, right? It's just playing dress up. It's like, you know. Why do we only dress up on Halloween, guys? For real, it's unfair. Cute outfits, like wacky outfits. Even I think my sense of style is a little bit strange sometimes, but I like it. I don't think it's fair that the only time of the year we're okay with dressing up is Halloween. Like, no, I want to be able to dress up on stream if I want to. What's the difference between a blonde and mosquito? Mosquito stops sucking when you oh my god, what the fuck, dude? Nope. Kazoo Kid reporting for duty. Are you the actual Kazoo Kid? I know that sounds stupid, but I really want to know. I believe everyone in America needs to conceal carry like me to prevent shootings. Who doesn't want me with a gun? I'm nice. I think if everybody in America had a gun, you'd have a few more than crazy people doing crazy shit. Harry Potter is trash. Period. I'll summon, you know, sexy Abe Lincoln. Maybe. Put some double-sided tape on the inside of them. Can we see you without the glasses? Yeah, I don't care if you guys see me without the glasses. Some people say I look better, and other people say I look like weird as fuck. I don't really care. Sometimes I wear glasses on stream, sometimes I don't. It just depends on my mood and whether I'm having headaches that day or not. I'm sorry, I'll excuse myself. You don't have to excuse yourself. It's cute when you push him up. Yeah, Lamemdu never liked that style. He rocked the white suit while also rocking political repression. Yeah, I wish we had another politician like him. Cries. Rip Puerto Rican politics. Cosplay dentist ASMR. Why would I know? Listen, we can talk about cosplays. We're not gonna talk about the ASMR. Can we talk AI real quick? What about AI? That I am an AI being? Yeah, sure. It's everyone else causing issues. OMG, I have the same scar on my right brow. I swear it's like the same. Yeah, I don't know where this appeared from. I've never gone and hurt there from my memory. So I don't know what the fuck happened. Shit just be like that. Yes, obviously. I am obviously an AI e-girl. I don't exist in real life. I am just a computer program with a very realistic background couch that I never use. I'm actually thinking of changing my setup to maybe do more lights or something that are like very, like, you know, Vader V or Z or whatever. I like her setup. I want something cute like that. I like cute things. I mean, shit, don't sleep on my Pedro Albizu Campos. But I'm talking about, like, now, you know? I'm talking about recent Puerto Rican politics. I guess Lugaro is the only one that I like as of now. But for the past fucking couple of years, we've just had shit politicians. The joke was those poor kids. I know, I saw the joke. You look amazing with or without glasses, I swear. Thank you for the compliment. Ellen Iverson? Who's Ellen Iverson? Let's find out. Albizu was never caught lacking. He had to be taken out by the atomic rays. Yeah, no, maybe I should do a Puerto Rico history stream one day. And just talk about, like, more in depth about political oppression. Because I've talked about imperialism in general. I've talked a lot about how certain policies really negatively affect Puerto Rican's economy. But I haven't, like, gone full blown talking about, like, persecution of independentista and shit like that. Or of the changing politics in Puerto Rico. And I guess, like, kind of the phases we've gone through. Nobody exists. It's all a simulation. Invader is a babe. Honestly, I am 1/8 AI. How can you be 1/8 AI? True story, downloaded The Dark Knight Rises from the Pirate Bay. It was decent, but halfway through someone came in and started shooting up movie. Can't believe they posted it online. Holy shit. I know what you're talking about. That was a real man. I read that. Those are some tiny pockets on your skirt. Yeah, but they're pockets, okay? Tiny pockets be better than no pockets. Like, the majority of women must suffer and face every day because of the fucking purse industry. I can talk about Native Taino culture. I can set up a stream like that. I can talk about the shit they use as well as, like, I guess, well, yeah, I was gonna say culture in general. As well as Puerto Rico's development was really interesting, right? Like, a lot of natives died, don't get me wrong. Like, there's no Tainos left for real. Like, pure Taino or whatever. But it's strange because when Spaniards or whenever people set in Puerto Rico, it wasn't really an elite class until way later. The majority of them just ended up being, like, poor farmers, right? Like, jibaros. So I think that'd be an interesting thing to explore. And that's why, even when slavery was a thing in Puerto Rico, it was just, like, vastly different and a lot less than the United States. Because the majority of people just didn't own slaves and were really Catholic and believed that was, like, against God and shit like that. And people would literally buy slaves. Like, churches would literally buy slaves to then let them free. And yeah, so it was interesting. You should. Trump didn't even know what Puerto Rico was part of the USA. A lot of people don't know Puerto Rico is part of the USA. It's incredible. I can't speak Puerto Rican, but I can speak Spanish if you want. Aunque tengo el acento de gringa. Luis Muñoz Marin and Pedro Albizu Campos were contemporaries. Also, Manuel Nagal is a real handsome young man, and Lugaro is a total cool guy. Vargas Vida is super kind, and Juan Daimo is a literal daddy. Apparently, I am not as educated as you are, because I didn't know the last two names. But yeah. Yeah, Lugaro's fucking badass. I love her. As of now. ContraPoints cosplay? You kind of look like Natalie. I could, perhaps. I don't know if she'd feel comfortable with that. Let's just do blind test. Which country would you like to be born if you didn't know anything about the social status you were born into? I don't know. That's a really, really hard question. I love Puerto Rico. I love my island. I was born and raised there my whole life. I love the weather. I love just, you know, it's my home. It's my culture. It's a reason why I'm anything like I am today. But the economic state it's in is so fucking sad. It honestly breaks my heart to a million pieces. It's really worrying and troublesome. So yeah, no raids came here for the last 20 minutes, Kerr. But yeah, it's hard. I don't know. I really don't know. Because I know if I was born in the United States, I'd probably have maybe more economic opportunity and stuff like that. But I love my culture so much with, like, such a big heart. And it's very hard for me to ever think about giving it away. Or to ever give about, like, getting rid of it. I know that sounds really corny, but it's honestly how I feel. Have you ever seen the science article about a man who had bone marrow transplant and the blood DNA changed to his donor DNA? I did read about that, and I read about how his semen also became DNA of, what is it? Yeah, became the DNA of the guy who donated it. Trump's the type of dude to say, did y'all know Puerto Rico means rich poor? That's fucking hilarious. Tell me what's your favorite selfie pose. I go like this. I'm just like, I usually don't smile in photos because I'm really self-conscious about my smile in photos. I feel like I'm just not photogenic, which is why I don't have an Instagram. We need a counter that keeps track of how many times you touch your glasses. That'd be funny. No hablo español. Well, that's okay, then don't speak Spanish. We all love you. Thank you. It's a commonwealth of territory. It's a colony, honestly. What the fuck does a commonwealth even mean? It's a colony. It's a modern day colony, and it's disgusting. Vargas Vidal is a doctor and social activist. Boubacar, the first senator elected as an independent. Diamio is part of the PIP leadership in the candidate for government in 2020. Shit, I'm so behind in Puerto Rican politics. I really have to fucking catch up. I just feel so... What is it? I guess, like, you know, living in the U.S. and having, like, so much, like, U.S. politics and only U.S. news really isolates you sometimes. Yes, I can vote in the election. She loves her culture. Sounds very alt-rightish. Yeah, I'm actually an alt-righty, loving my Puerto Rican culture. Yeah, no. We are not dancing. I did not watch Horror Shooter's interrogation. I did not watch that. But yeah, not today, Satan. I might, maybe, I thought about it, and if I ever do a Just Dance stream, it will be an occasional one for a holiday, because I am in the mood to dance a holiday song, period. Like, that's it. I'm never gonna do, like, regular Just Dance streams, or, like, Saturday Just Dance, whatever, you know, that's just not me. But I think I'm okay with doing, like, I don't know, Halloween, if I do, doing the song from Hocus Pocus, what I Put a Spell on You. I think that'd be fun. I think that'd be cute. Or Christmas, like, all I want for Christmas is you. That'd be cute as well. But just a regular thing, I don't see myself doing that. It's basic. It is a colony, though, right? We have a governor, right? But we can't control our federal laws. We're under subject of the United States jurisdiction. We can't control who we trade with. We can't control, like, our monetary status. What can we control, really? Like, very little. Neil Eden. Heading out. Peace out, Twitch. Bye, the great age. Sleep well. You don't love the spirit of justice. You love your father, the devil, Alex Jones. I am actually a devil. Yeah, I am actually Satan right now. And I agree, Commonwealth is a meaningless definition. Virginia is also a commonwealth. It's a fucking know-nothing definition. Just say colony, like what we are. Okay, guys, I'm gonna send you off to raid. You guys are gonna go raid and have a fun time doing it, or else, okay? Okay? And this isn't a fucking choice here. So let's send you off. I'm gonna have to raid Bastier soon. Who should I raid? Should I raid, yeah, who should I raid? Should I raid, what? I'm gonna let you guys decide. I haven't raided, oh, I feel bad. The Hot Take Podcast or Bastier? Tell me. Thoughts on Bad Bunny? I don't really have any thoughts on her. I don't think mine was the sexist or anything like that. I just think people are human and they get caught up in the moment and end up saying, like, just things that they feel without, like, completely maybe thinking through and stuff. But I don't have anything real negative to say about her because I don't know her very well. I don't know who she is, like, super duper well. Does Puerto Rico have an independent movement? Yes, Puerto Rico has an independent movement, but it's very, very, very small. I know, I love Bastier. I've thought about reading my, like, yeah. Oh my god. What's oh my god? Oh my god, about what? Oh my god. Look at her. Look at her. Benito Antonio Martinez Ocasio. Oh. You're talking about the real Bad Bunny. The Bad Bunny I thought everybody was referring to when they talked to me. I love Bad Bunny. Fucking A, man. I love him. I think, like, I know somewhat, like, I don't want to be, like, a gatekeeper or whatever, but if you're Puerto Rican and you don't love him, then maybe you gotta listen to more music of him or whatever. He's, like, literally a cultural phenomenon. He is awesome. I like how he has a charity called Good Bunny. I think that's, like, really cute. And I also like how he called out our old governor, right, who wanted to do, like, a shoot with him, and he was like, you're literally closing down hundreds of schools, including the one I went to, like, fuck off, basically. Like, yes, and I like how much he cares about the island as well. I'm glad that we're your favorite morning streams. It's late night. Good night, Simple. Is the Apple repair guy. Also, the only people I follow who streams at these times. Yeah, I'm fucking insane and streaming here. I don't know. I really think you're right. I should get a mint chocolate chip emote. You're true. This is a take I came in for. Thank you. Yeet. Here it's 8 a.m. You guys are crazy. Why are you still watching me? It's so fucking late at night. I'm a little bit stressed, I'm not gonna lie, because of the stream, path to partner shit, and I don't think I'm gonna make it for tonight, so I wonder if they're gonna say one day that I didn't reach a 75 average and be like, you're cancelled. But we'll see. I'm doing good, Anthony. I'm doing A-okay. I'm doing great. He's selling tickets for his concert May 15 and 16, and the super expensive tickets are $375, include commemorative chair. Wish I had the money and tickets to do both. Yeah, I have a friend who actually, like, works with, like, producing him or whatever, or has a dad who does work with that, so she gets tickets sometimes, but I've never gone. Sadly, I've never had the time, but I've always wanted to go as well. Those people aren't the problems. Alright, I gotta go now. Nighty night. Good night, Simple. Sleep well. Oof. Okay. Beto wanted to grab all the guns, but the guy got yeeted out, right? Yeah, Beto got yeeted the hell out. He was yeeted to another dimension. He was... I wish there was, like, a pass for yeeted that I could use or something. But yeah, he was bye-bye Beto, basically, long story short. Fuck, words are hard. I'm reading so hard, guys. It's hard to speak sometimes. I'm trying to figure something out. I wish there was an average thingy counter or something. Oh shit, you could hide your... Can you? Damn, I just learned you can hide your viewers. That's fucking great. It stresses me out seeing the little viewer number constantly. It really does. It puts me on edge. Wow. Okay, cool. This is the greatest flex I've ever faced. Shit, I wish I was friends with your friends. Well, it's a small world out there, you know? Fucking gonna dab on them haters. Are you wearing makeup right now? Nope. I don't have makeup. I occasionally wear makeup, but most of the time it just makes my self-esteem go lower. I feel like there's so much pressure for a woman to always look nice and to always look perfect and stuff. So whenever I put on makeup on, I'm always thinking, basically, why? Or am I not like good looking enough how I normally am, right? So I only wear it very occasionally, not very often. Yeah. Also, it's a fucking pain in the ass. Okay? Like, it's a pain in the ass to put a bunch of shit on your face in layers and then have to take it out later. Like, that shit sucks. I'd rather just have pure skin and not worry about having to clog it, you know? If Joe Biden challenged you to a push-up contest, do you think you could win? I am weak as fuck, but yes. I think I could beat Joe Biden in a push-up contest. I think I could take him on pretty nice and dandily. Thank you for the compliment. I appreciate it. Please don't tell me my viewer number. I blocked it for a reason. Now I'm like, why do you do this to me? Why does chat hate me? Yeah, it's getting me nervous as fuck. Oh, I should do that next time. Next time somebody raids me with a fat raid, I'll be like, now I don't have to worry and stutter like a fucking idiot. Does this mean you will be partner or what it's called? If I reach a 75 average, which I don't think I'm gonna do for tonight, I will. I'm already eligible for partner. I just have to, they want me to maintain 75 and over for a while. So I'm trying to reach like around a month-ish or so of having a 75 or over viewer count. So that way, so that way I don't have to worry. Long story short, when I apply. So that way it can be like, you see, I've had a month of steady, consistent streaming over your allotted number. Please give me partner, please. Makeup time is away from stream time, basically. You don't need it at all. Thank you. Makeup is honestly kind of weird, but I get it. So here's the thing, right? I understand why some women wear makeup, and I understand why some women it's empowering or a form of art, but I feel like it's kind of fucked up that you feel like you need makeup to feel okay with yourself, right? I think the fact that you feel so ugly without it that you need it to have confidence, I think that's really fucked up. And I wish more women were comfortable without it, right? Or didn't feel the societal pressure to put it on. And I feel societal pressure to put it on. Growing up, my parents would always be like, well, don't you think you'd look a little bit prettier, nicer with makeup? And for special events and shit like that. Especially kids, right? It's really strange. Please don't say I have 1,500 viewers. I would cry. I would die. You can't even do one push-up. Prove me wrong. No, because I'm wearing a skirt, and I know where that's going to lead to. I do not vape or smoke. A lot of people think I'm high all the time, which I'm not. Or drunk, which I'm also not. This is just my natural personality. I guess I'm just naturally high and drunk all the time, you know? Do you think you could deal with Joe Biden endurance? I bet you can't even do one. Oh, I already read that. Do you think you could deal with a Joe Biden endurance challenge? It's like seeing how long you can deal with him invading your personal space and smelling your hair before you run away. I'd probably lose that challenge in like a second and be like, please stay away, old man. Do you get cold fast or you always warm? I get cold really fast. This is gonna sound really weird. I sleep with a blow dryer next to me because I get really cold at night and I don't have a heater or whatever. And I just like the feeling of warm covers. So I turn on the blow dryer and put it under my covers so it'll be warm. I know that sounds really strange, but I like it. It feels like you just got your covers out of the washing machine, drying machine. If the one that raids you is Destiny, you will still know it's a fat raid even if you hide it. Okay, yes, I'll know it's a fat raid, but I can pretend it's not. I can just think, it's a low raid, or everybody left me after 2 seconds, right? Like, oh shit, everybody just, skedaddled off. Thank you. Some people want me to make a legs only Instagram. I don't think I'll ever do that. and communism makeup is banned, I hope, right? So we should just actually have a communist society to ban makeup. Easy. And if you have a skirt, just face towards the camera and you'll be fine. Maybe, perhaps, I don't know. I love this girl. Thank you for that compliment. I'm glad. I think I am a mess though, so just keep that in mind. I wear makeup to feel okay with myself, and I'm a dude. I don't know why women feel so pressured these days. Just be yourself for shit's sake. It's how everybody should be. Well, I think a lot of it has to come with the fact that if you don't wear makeup in the office... Oh, okay. A lot of society still values women on how they look up to a certain extent. A lot of women, they've gotten that if they go a day without makeup in the office, a lot of people ask them if they're sick or tired, right? Which is, like, kind of fucked up. You shouldn't, like, comment on that. Or maybe it's not malicious, but ends up being, like, ill-intentioned anyways, or the ill effect. You have a lot of women who, like, for example, in Hollywood and acting and entertainment industries, have kind of an expiration date. When you look at roles, a shit ton of them are assigned to men no matter what they age. But for women after, like, 25, it's really hard to get your name out there unless if you're already kind of big. Because you're just not seen as, like, attractive enough because of your age, which is also fucked up. I think the makeup industry itself is super toxic. There's constant advertisements talking about hiding your flaws or looking prettier, as well as a bunch of Photoshop photos that try to show you that this is how a real woman looks like. So I think that's part of why there's so much pressure. People think you're high for seeking pattern and voice. You know what? Then I'll accept it. Then I'm high as fuck. Why not? Hi, Brian. How you doing? I need to visit the East Coast more often. It's warm here and nice. That's not weird. The blow dryer thing's scary. What if it breaks and catches on fire? Then I die in warmth. Better. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna catch on fire. I never had to deal with that. I can run. I got water and some shit. Do many people consume cannabis in Puerto Rico? It's medically legal, but I don't know if many is the right word. I just know it's medically legal. Are you going to finish your food? It's making me hungry. Oh, you can see it? No, you can have it if you want. I'm not hungry anymore. Is your futon also your bed? No, I could sleep here if I wanted to, but I just don't. I have an actual bed. This is where I go when I'm exiled because my grandma comes, right? And then I don't have a bed anymore, so I just sleep there. I don't mind. What don't you mind? Me sleeping with a blow dryer, because that's the way people should sleep. Because it's comfy. So, Pixie, what you're saying is we live in a society. We do. We really damn do live in a society. And it's hard. They're like, this is another thing. A lot of people are like, oh, well, it's technically women who are still making the choice, right? Like, it's still a choice. And it's like, if you have insurmountable amounts of pressure on you, and people, like, constantly telling you to do this thing, how much of a choice is it really, right? Yeah. So that room would be, like, your colony in your house. What do you mean by colony? Like, I took over, oh... Do you mean like colony, like Puerto Rico's a colony, right? So, I took this room over, even though but technically it belongs to the mainland. Yeah, I guess. I actually want to convert this to like a cutesy streaming place, but I think my parents would kill me. Because my dad also uses this as his office. So I think my parents would be like, what the fuck is all these like fairy lights and shit? What are you doing? I am active on Twitter. I am very active on Twitter. I do not stop tweeting. So that wouldn't be like your colony in your house. It's hard. What is this? Life is hard. That's what it is. What is the society thing? I'm a real person. I don't care, and I'm the toxic male Republican according to society. Nothing will ever be more attractive than just being comfortable being you and being cool with it. Only you control that. Well, I think it's great that you have those, like, values and that you're okay with that. But a lot of people, when they grow up with pressure, when they grow up with these ideas placed in their head that if they're not like this, then they're a failure, or they're not a real woman, or whatever word you want to use, I don't think it's fair to be like, oh, just don't feel that way, you know? this is gonna sound so corny or whatever. This is like something therapy has kind of like taught me, or it's like trying to get through my brain, that it's okay to feel those negative emotions, and you know, they're not invalid just because maybe logically you shouldn't feel that way. So yeah, so I think like a lot of women have to go through those pressures every day, but I agree, like we should just live how we want. Hi, PGER. How you doing, PGER? Favorite current internet debater. I don't have like a favorite internet debater. I mean, I think Destiny does really good points, even though I don't agree with him. Yeah. See, it's like a colony then. Your U.S. dad won't let you do what you want there. Basically, yep, you nailed it. You don't need my values and love you for being yourself. I agree. I wish most people were like that. I wish people didn't constantly have others' values like forced onto them, you know? That'd be very nice and sweet and better for everybody. I speak 2 languages. I want to learn a 3rd one. But for now I only speak 2. Sleeping with a blow dryer is super dangerous. Getting yourself a safe electric blanket when you're hot enough without being on fire. Okay, maybe. But don't you think that's a cool way to go out, guys? Such a strange way. I feel like it'd be on the news, like, Florida girl dies through blow dryer she slept with. Like, damn.